Good afternoon. My name is Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justice Cullivan. Welcome to the Grit.
On Saturday, boys soccer beat Centennial 1-0 with Evan Forshee scoring the lone goal. They also tied Liberty 2-2 on Tuesday. Junior Ethan Weiser scored with senior Jacob Ames assisting. Junior Seth Tedla also scored the second goal. Yesterday, they won 5-1 over Canal Winchester away. Juniors Rohan Seelan and Noah Hines, senior Jeffrey Addo, sophomore Larry Chikawa, and senior Jacob Ames all scored.
Girls golf placed fourth with a score of 325 at districts. Adeline Ricker placed seventh, just missing the cut.
Field hockey tied Berlin 2-2 during senior night on Monday and won 6-0 at home against Scioto. Senior Layla Micha and freshman Reagan Zachrich both scored twice. Senior Kylie Bradshaw scored once, and junior Ava Hanna scored once.
Girls soccer had their last home game of the season on Tuesday, losing against Liberty 2-3. Chloe Theobald, the freshman, was able to score both the goals for the Nears. The girls yesterday lost 1-0 against Bishop Watterson.
Girls volleyball swept Hilliard Bradley in 2 straight sets. Senior Macy Gerboth had 9 kills. Junior Cameron Coomer had 5 aces, and senior Izzy Scholven had 30 assists. They also swept Liberty in 3 straight sets. Senior Macy Gerboth had 12 kills, sophomore Bree Bush had 6 aces, and senior Emma Cugino had 19 digs.
For girls tennis, juniors Aria Gala and Zoe Har fought hard and won both their matches at the districts. They won the second match in 3 sets to qualify for the states.
Last Friday, the football team won 45-7 at the homecoming game over Dublin Kaufman. Senior quarterback Levi Davis scored 3 touchdowns, and senior Lucas Fickle scored twice.
Both athletes of the month were named last week. Brennan Kessler won for the boys. He broke Zach Harrison's single-game sack record at Orange with 5 against Berlin. The record was previously held by the NFL defensive end for the Falcons, Zach Harrison. For the girls, Izzy Scholven, who broke the school record for single-game match assists with 52 against Berlin. She had 7 kills in the Gilmore tournament and had 81 total assists.
Now, here's Ryan with an interview with Orange girls golfer Adeline Ricker.
Thanks, guys. So, Adeline, you've had a great season. What do you do to prepare for matches?
Before matches, we show up to the course an hour and 30 minutes or so early, and we warm up. We go to the range, we practice chipping and putting, and then we kind of just debrief with each other and just talk through everything, and then we always do a team prayer.
Okay, so the girls golf team has obviously been a powerhouse at Orange for really long. What do you think keeps the program going as strong as it does?
Definitely our seniors. Our seniors just leading everyone and helping encourage everyone to grow and to improve, and it's just amazing to see all of the improvement that we've had.
That's good. What's the team environment usually like?
The team environment's really fun. We always goof around. We're always really funny going to Target after matches, and it's just a family who we just love to help encourage each other and help each other grow.
And what would you say your favorite match from this season was?
Ooh, my favorite match in the season was probably the ONG invite at Oak Haven because I broke par for my first time and shot a 69, so it was really fun to watch and to improve.
And then you just committed to Xavier, so I'm sure you're excited about that. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, the process just basically reaching out to colleges, and she watched me play at one of our invitationals. I was so nervous, but it was amazing, and just had another phone call and committed after she recruited me. It was really exciting.
That's amazing. All right, thank you so much. Back to the guys.
All right, thanks for that great interview. And now we have our pick'ems, the best part of the show. I'm excited for this week. We got probably one of the best slates of football that we'll see this whole season. Let's start off with high school football. We got the Pioneers hosting UA tonight. Boy, am I excited for this one. UA knocked out Orange last year in the playoffs. Orange was able to win at home in the regular season, and that was one of the teams they had to beat to win OCCs last year. This one's going to be tough. This is definitely the toughest test that the Pioneers have faced this season, I think, is this UA Golden Bears team. With that being said, I'm still going to take the Nears here. I think the legs of Levi Davis, the running ability of Lucas Fickle, we know is electric. We're not even talking about the passing game. And then that defense has really stepped up these past couple weeks. So I'm going to take the Nears here.
Yeah, and everyone talks about, it's one of the best offenses in the state going to one of the best defenses in the state. A big thing that's forgotten, the Nears have only given up 8 points a game this season, with UA, I believe, giving up around 7.5. I think this is going to be a pretty low-scoring game. But I think I can see the Neers winning by 2 scores. A much better offense there. Obviously, UA losing one to Liberty, who has not been as good as their previous years. So I will take the Pioneers.
Then we move over to the NFL, which has a little bit weaker of a slate, but we do got the 4-1 Detroit Lions taking on the 2-3 Chiefs, which I know the records don't show it, but this is definitely a big game. I like the Lions a lot in this game. I think they're going to get out the win. They have probably the best offense right now in the NFL. We've seen them dominate week after week. I'm going to take the Lions here. I don't think it'll be particularly close. I'm not a huge fan of this Chiefs offense. Kareem Hunt, running back, just isn't really elite. No receivers that are super elite, especially with all the injuries they've had. So I'm going to take the Lions there.
Yeah, and this obviously environment's going to play a factor in this in Kansas City, in Arrowhead Stadium. But the Lions have looked really solid to start this year so far. Chiefs seems like it's going to be a down year. Seems like it's going to be one of those wild card on the edge, possibly missing the playoffs. They have Patrick Mahomes. They're not going to miss the playoffs, even if they do sneak in as the last team. But I am going to take the Lions to win here.
Now we get to the juice of the steak of the weekend. We got Oklahoma, the Red River rivalry, against Texas. Texas is struggling, and both these teams have struggles coming into this game. Oklahoma, we don't know if John Mateer is going to be healthy for this game. Apparently, there's a Chipotle rumor that he was at Chipotle, and he told a guy that he was in line with that he's going to play in Red River. So we don't know for sure on that one. This is a neutral site game, so it's a very different environment. It's very 50-50 and split down the middle. Texas is actually favored in this game, which is ridiculous to me. That defense and Brent Venables, I think they're going to get the job done against Texas. Texas has not impressed me this season at all, especially that Florida and Ohio State loss. Give me Oklahoma to win this one.
Yeah, and Texas has not impressed this year, but you got to remember, they played at 2 of the hardest environments in the country to play in, played down in the swamp and then played in the shoe against Ohio State. Obviously, I mean, they kept Ohio State close. Obviously, that wasn't the offensive firepower you've seen from Ohio State the past couple weeks against Texas, only putting up 14 points. But this Texas team is still really good. I am going to take Oklahoma, though, but I think Oklahoma maybe wins by a field goal around 6 points.
Then we got Alabama traveling to Missouri, and the fact that Missouri is lower ranked than Alabama is absolutely ludicrous. If you look at the resumes and you took off their logos, I think Missouri would be a higher ranked team, in my opinion. That being said, Bama has looked electric, especially with Ty Simpson, who's arguably the second best quarterback in college football right now. He's playing phenomenal. Ryan Williams is playing well. Jermaine Bernard's been playing really well. So that offense in Alabama has looked elite, and they played really well against Vanderbilt last week. I like Missouri. I like Bo Perbola. I think that he's a great quarterback. I think he's probably one of the best transfers. Clearly, we see what Drew Aller is doing at Penn State compared to what Perbola is doing at Missouri. I'm still going to take Bama. I'm going to take them to come in and get another huge win and probably propel themselves in the top 5.
Yeah, and here I'm actually going to go with Missouri. I absolutely love Bo Perbula. He was obviously in Drew Aller's shadow the past however many years he's been there. He's been just sitting on the bench waiting for his chance. And now the fact that he finally gets to go out, start, play how he needs to play, and he's not kind of confined to this just do whatever you can role. I love his confidence, and I'm going to take Missouri over Bama.
Then we got big noon kickoff, Ohio State traveling to Champaign, Illinois to take on the Fighting Illini. Now, both these teams are good, but I think one team is elite. And I think Ohio State's defense is the most elite unit in football. There is no team that I think has a better run system than Ohio State's defense. Matt Patricia is a wizard and has been elite this season. I don't think Illinois scores above 10 points in this game. I think it's going to be tough to find points. Listen, we saw the poll. We saw the mullet of Luke Altmaier, the quarterback, versus the California kid, middle part, Julian Sayin. And Julian Sayin won overwhelmingly in the poll, which means Ohio State's going to win this game.
Yeah, and this is a tough game for Ohio State. Obviously, probably the best team that they've played so far. Texas obviously was still a really solid team, ranked number 1 at the start of the season, but they've kind of fallen off. But Ohio State's not going to lose to a team that Indiana beat by 50, so give me Ohio State.
And then the last game of the slate, we got Indiana traveling to Eugene, Oregon to take on the Ducks. I'm going to take Oregon in this one. I don't understand why anyone would take Indiana. Kurt Cignetti has not shown that he can win the big game. Give me Oregon.
All right, and yes, I'm going along with you to take Oregon in Autzen Stadium. Everyone was hyping up last year, Indiana's going to come into the shoe and beat the Buckeyes by 1 million. I've heard some of the same rumors this year, Indiana's going into this big environment and Kurt Cignetti's going to destroy Oregon. We all remember what happened last year. So give me Dante Moore and Oregon.
All right. Now we're going to throw it over to the elite outside linebacker for the Olentangy Orange Pioneers, Aiden Scott.
Thanks, guys. So, Aiden, in what ways do you feel the defense has elevated since last year?
I feel like we're a very connected group. I feel like practices have been very connected, very focused, and it leads to our gameplay on Friday.
Okay. What's your film study routine look like during the week?
So on Mondays we watch film before practice, and then we go out there practice against the film that we watched, and then the rest of the week we're just watching film after practice, and I'm watching a little bit of film on my own.
How do you recognize offensive tendencies or formations quickly pre-snap?
It's really one of those things where you practice it a lot in practice, and then when we get out there on the field, it's the same thing we see in practice. So,
What's the most important skill for your position?
I don't know if it's an important skill, but physicality is a big contributor to my play style on the field.
Do you consider yourself a leader on the field, and if so, how?
I feel like I'm a leader on the field. I might not be the most vocal, but I feel like I'm there to pick up my teammates whenever big plays are thrown at us and things of that nature.
What's the toughest part of playing defense at your position?
I feel it would have to be taking on pulling guards and stuff like that. They have like 100 pounds on us or taller. So.
All right, thanks, Aiden. Good luck on the rest of the season. Now back to the boys.
All right, that's all for our show today, Pioneers. Thanks for tuning into this week's edition of The Grit. Make sure to and I'm Alex Ramft.
And I'm Justin Colvin. Make sure to support your Nears in action this week, and we'll see you right here next week on Friday on The Grit. As always, roll Nears.